Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. Thank you all for joining me once again. I'm going to keep this short and sweet and quick. I have come to the determination and the will to only do one or two videos a week now. I want to do more focusing on my art form, which is fiction writing. And I've been paying so much attention to doing these videos that I haven't been paying attention to my art form, which is writing. So I'm going to be doing one or two of these videos a week. That's one reason. The other reason is because it's getting to the point where it's causing me to be extremely frustrated because these liberals make me sick to my stomach. I'm not. Look, people. And some of you might be liberal. Look. I'm not talking about you guys that may be watching it, that you're liberal, watching this video, and you may be liberal. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the leadership. I'm talking about these Democratic politicians, which I personally believe most of them are communists in hiding, okay, who are purposely trying to destroy this freaking country. I have to tone down with it because it's starting to make me to the point where I'm getting frustrated and aggravated. It's not like I'm getting paid to do these videos. If I was getting paid, that would be the motivating factor. But I don't get paid because I don't get many views and I don't got enough viewing hours or whatever. I got enough subscribers. I got over 1,000 subscribers, but I don't have enough viewership. So it's like, look, man, why am I frustrating myself like this? So I'm going to do one or two of these videos a week, and I'm going to pay attention to my my writing. But what I want to talk about here, and I'm going to try my best to be as restrained as I possibly can, but that's going to be very difficult. What I want to talk about here is I want to read an article from Breitbart News. Yes, Breitbart News. I like Breitbart News. A lot of the stuff they have is pretty cool. From these TV talk show hosts from the left, yipping and yapping and yakking and Lord help me. I want to say some things. I really do. About, of course, these wildfires that have shaking Los Angeles, California, man. I know you already know about it. I don't even need to elaborate on that. This is absolutely insane. Some have even said that it perhaps an illegal alien may have allegedly started it. No one knows for sure. This person is suspect, though, but no one knows for sure. But whatever the case is, these three talk show hosts that I'm about to read this transcript to you guys of basically are saying that Trump is the reason why we had these wildfires. These people make me sick. They do, man. I mean, that's why and so I'm going to get right into this article because this is just absolutely insane. It's sickening. It's disgusting. And this is part of the reason, rather, why there is so much freaking division in this country. It's because of people like this. Let's get right into this, man. I am so sick of these people. Late night comedians Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, and Jon Stewart used their shows on Monday to attack President-elect Donald Trump and Republican leaders over the raging fires in Los Angeles, even though neither Trump nor the GOP is in charge of the Democrat-controlled county or state. They're not. So how are they to be to blame, man? Anyway, Jimmy Kimmel even accused Trump of being racist against firefighters, a laughably ridiculous claim, I agree, that the comedian made by conflating opposition to DEI with racism, which the DEI is some of the dumbest. That's man, look, I'm not going to even go into the detail of how retarded it is because I'm getting very angry right now just talking about it. That DEI is nothing more than communism, man, to create division. Why aren't people seeing that? Why aren't people recognizing that that's what that is? How has it helped anybody? How has it helped the state? How has it helped a city? How has it helped in schools? How is it helping? Please help me to understand it. Please help me to see it. Let's go on. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. It's just disgusting. During their respective broadcasts, the comedians made no mention of California's Democratic leaders who are ultimately responsible for managing the unfolding catastrophe. Of course they're not. ABC's Jimmy Kimmel, Kibbles and Bits, specifically called out Trump during his opening monologue, falsely claiming Trump made racist comments about firefighters. And apparently this is what he said, what Jimmy Kimmel said about Trump. Of course, he says, quote, "And tonight I don't want to get into all the vile and irresponsible and stupid things our alleged future president and his gaggle of scumbags." You a scumbag, man. You a scumbag, bro. chose to say during our darkest and most terrifying hour, he said, "The fact that they choose to attack our firefighters who apparently aren't white enough to be out there risking their lives on our behalf, it is disgusting, but it's not surprising." When did Trump say anything like that? These people are sickening me. So you see why I don't do this stuff? 1 or 2 a week. Because they're not going to give me an ulcer at how stupid they are. Okay, they're not going to do it. Anyway, let's go on. Trump has never, but the article goes that Trump has never attacked firefighters over their race. I know he hasn't. In actuality, Republicans and as well as a growing number of leaders on the left have criticized the LA Fire Department's prioritizing of DEI, which we know, of course, means diversity, equity, and inclusion over competent leadership in recent years. And I've heard that from other posts that have actually mentioned that, rather YouTubers that have actually mentioned that in fact, LA's fire department have prioritized DEI nonsense over picking people that really have the qualifications for the job. This is one of the issues, believe it or not, that I'm dealing with here in the city of Cleveland, where I work at. I'm not going to name it. But it's at Tower City, and I'm hearing from other employees about this. One of our bosses, he's gay, and I have no problem with that. If you're doing your job well, which I believe he's doing his job well based on what I understand, a face value, apparently, according to some employees that's talking to me, apparently he's doing some things that they feel he shouldn't be doing, because apparently he's hiring a lot of people who are homosexual, and he's hiring a lot of them, and a lot of these guys that he's hiring do not want to do the job. Now, does it have anything to do with them being homosexual? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he's picking them because of that. But I don't think that has anything to do with them not doing their job, because a lot of the heterosexuals are not doing their job, okay? A lot of these people that are being hired are young people. They're late teens, early 20s. They don't have any real job skills and so forth, and they don't have any work experience. They don't have the ethics of future former generations, work ethics of former generations, so they're not going to have that get up and go. So that's with a lot of the heterosexuals. So I don't think that's the issue. But these employees aren't complaining to me about this. And I guess he said, kind of saying, well, it's because of that. Well, maybe, maybe not. But the point is that there's a little seedling of that going on where I work at right now. And I'm going to assume that my current security company, whom I will not name, I can assume that DEI is a part of their program as well. I can assume it is. That seems to be everywhere. It's disgusting, people. It's disgusting. But let me go on. I'm gonna give you my hardcore opinion of this later on. But let's go on, hear what the rest of these people have to say. Jon Stewart used his Comedy Central broadcast of The Daily Show on Monday to attack GOP lawmakers for demanding California leaders to get their act together before receiving taxpayer-funded relief. That is psychotic. There's something wrong with you, Stewart said. And here's the thing. I can do the Daily Show thing and run down all the Congress people and senators on the right calling for conditions on disaster aid that absolutely had the opposite view when it was their state on the line. See, this is what bothers me about liberals, these people in liberal positions of authority, the leadership. Because if there's a disaster in a particular area where Republicans are over and there's a disaster going on, the first thing that these liberals will start farting and pooting and hooping and hollering and boo-boo coming out their mouth is, oh, these Republicans these conservatives, Republicans, they can't do their job, woo, 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 woo. It's perfectly okay to criticize Republican legislation, which half the time they're doing a good job. But liberals, they just have to run off their mouth anyway. It doesn't make no difference. But they attack them. But then when someone criticizes liberal politicians and Democratic politicians for the effed up policies that they have, no, don't do that. You can't do that. No, don't talk about it. Wait a minute. You can't have your cake and eat it too. This is one of the things that ticks me off about these Democrats / liberals / communists, because that's what I believe that a lot of them are. They sit up there and speak one thing out of the side of their nasty anus-formed mouths, and then when someone comes and criticizes the people that they support, the politicians they support, they want to get that attitude. They want to get mad and say, well, no, you can't say anything about that. You can't do it. This is one of the reasons why our country is so divided. It's because of the mainstream media, in part because of the mainstream media liberals spitting all this doo-doo out of their anuses that's on their face. Because that's what's on their face. That's not a mouth on their face. That's an anus. They took their rectum, their anus, and put it on their mouth and put their mouth on their anus. That's what they did. Because every time they open their mouth, they're opening their anus and doo-doo is coming out of it. Freaking believable, man. Y'all, I know you're like, well, Mr. Bowling, you ranting. I am, because I'm sick of these people, man. CBS Stephen Colbert also attacked GOP leaders. Quote, you know who's not helping? Congressional Republicans, because they want strings attached to California fire aid, the comedian said Monday, eliciting boos from the studio audience. This is this is an awful way to respond to any emergency. These people are tripped. Colbert defended California's left-wing leaders from criticism that their policies have greatly worsened the fires, saying it is all because of the strong winds in recent days. End of article. I thank God that's the end of that article. Whatever. Yeah. And guys, forgive me. I don't hate anybody. At the end of the day, it's all entertainment. But I am serious about these liberals, man. I am serious about the liberals in leadership. I am serious about that. Now, let me say this once again. Let me make myself clear here. I don't want anybody to think that I hate, people that are liberal per se, that I may support the liberal world's views. That's not the case. Some of my greatest associates are liberal, and we get along well. Okay, and it could be we get along well because I don't say a lot of stuff about politics. I don't get onto the politics scenes. But at any way, it's the leadership. It's the liberal leadership. It's the Los Angeles mayor. And it ticks me off because they push these ridiculous policies, and when they see the results of it, for example, the LA mayor, when she was being interviewed, I know you guys have seen that. When she was being interviewed, she had this stupid look on her face. She didn't say anything when the reporter was asking her questions. She said nothing. She sat there with this sad look on her face, looking down, and literally it was like almost a minute it went by, and the lady didn't say nothing. She just walked off. And I'm thinking, couldn't you have said, "Well, this is such a tragedy. I'm so sorry about what happened. I'm going to try to get down on it. I'm going to try to do something." These people are disgusting, man. Disgusting. And I am thoroughly convinced that these liberal politicians, I ain't speaking of Colbert and these other three idiots. I'm going to talk about them in a minute. I am thoroughly convinced that these liberal politicians are doing this on purpose. They're promoting these kind of policies on purpose because can't nobody be that stupid. Nobody can be that dumb. You can't keep pushing the same policies that are destroying the country, and you see it destroying the country, and you know in your heart it's got to be destroying the country, and you keep doing it anyway. You have to be doing that on purpose. And I believe these liberal politicians are doing this stuff on purpose. They're doing it on purpose because they're communists at their core. And communism is a destructive political force. Don't be fooled by it. Don't be fooled by it. But anyway, I ain't finna stress myself out for this. These three clowns here, okay, are some of the goofiest sounding people I've ever heard in my life. Everything they said makes no sense whatsoever about Trump. Speaking racist comments about, well, apparently they're not enough white. There's too many, not enough white fire department firefighters. Man, stop. When it comes to firefighting, you have to qualify for the position. You have to go through the fire academy. You have to qualify for it, because when you go out there to do what you need to do, you need to know what you're doing, because people's lives are counting on you. But what are these liberal politicians more concerned about? They're more concerned about diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's what they're more concerned about. If you see that there's just a whole bunch of white people in the fire department in LA, and it's hardly no other people there's no blacks, hardly no blacks, could it be, I'm just saying, could it be that maybe the black people and others that were not white either didn't qualify for the position, or that they weren't trying to be a firefighter? Maybe most of those people, the firefighters, were white at one point, because most of the white people in that particular region wanted to be firefighters. Maybe it was a part of their culture. Maybe, I don't know. But everything is not racist. In fact, I would argue most of the stuff is not racist. But leave it to the liberals. Everything's racist. And I'm so sick and tired of talking about it and dealing with it, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. These people are destroying our country. These liberal politicians and these liberal mouthpieces like Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel's and Bits and the rest of them are nothing more than divisive mechanisms used by the Communist Party to keep us divided. When are the American people going to see that? When are they going to wake up and see that we're being divided, man? When? I just can't wait till Trump get in office, man. Really, honestly. And let me put it to you like this. I'm going to close the video on this. I'm not going to even say that. I'm going to say I can't wait till Jesus Christ. I'm getting religious now. I can't wait till Jesus Christ come back. Now, I don't care if anybody don't believe in it or not. I believe in it, and I know it to be true. I know it's real, because I have a relationship with him. And I can't wait till Jesus Christ come back and set up his kingdom on earth. You ain't going to have all this woke stuff going on. Ain't going to be no wokey woke DEI programs going on. No, we ain't going to have all of that. All of that's going to stop. All that corruption is going to stop when Christ rules. It's going to be a physical rule. He's going to physically set up his kingdom. He will be sitting in Jerusalem. And those who are believers in Christ will come back and rule with him. And those Christians, in their new glorified resurrected bodies, it will be perfect, without any sickness, without any death, no pain, none of that. We will be certain, some of us will be set over certain cities and certain states. And we will be the ones ruling, co-ruling with Jesus Christ, who will be in Jerusalem. We won't have all this DEI crap going on. And if I'm sitting over in one of them cities, I'm sitting over one of them cities, and Christ put me over one of them cities, and there was a former liberal city, I'm going to make sure we ain't got no liberals fooling around, acting stupid in there. No, we ain't going to have that. Ain't going to be no DEI. Ain't going to be no DEI, because I'm going to be like, zap, you out. You out. You don't meet the qualifications, get out of here. We ain't going to do this liberal communist nonsense. No, none of that. Ain't going to be no communism during this time. Ain't going to be no communism. But anyway, yeah, that's what I had to say about that, guys. What do you think about this? What do you think about these three clowns? I already told you what I think about them. I don't agree with it. That's all you know. I don't agree with what they said. What they say is a bunch of bull crap, and it's all designed to keep everybody divided. Pretty simplistic to me. What they say is not based on anything factual. These people are some of the goofiest people I've ever heard and seen in my life. But anyway, I'm finna go to my writing, okay? How about that? What do you guys think? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. God bless you all. See you again.